Yeah, we got more from Billy Garland Jr., Tupac's biological brother, who's never been heard before until now. We go into the Quad Studio shooting, also the Ayana Jackson situation, and more. We about to go deep. Let's get into some more of this straight game.
Life is like those cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
So, understanding, because I'm going to bring you up now to date. Understanding right now, Will, what you understand right now, and all of the things that you had heard Tupac talk about in reference to that, right?
Right.
What do you think, and who do you think was responsible? Do you think Tupac was set up, or who do you think was responsible for that situation in New York?
Oh yeah, definitely. He was definitely set up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That goes without question. That wasn't no fucking random, stick up. We was just gonna rob you for your jewelry. Nah, I feel like it was a little deeper than that. There was a couple people that was involved. A lot of too many coincidences, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many. You know, and so okay, so to get to the meat and potatoes, do I believe Biggie had anything to do with it directly? Nah, not, you know what I'm saying? I don't think so.
Okay.
But going off of what Pac said, and in his own words, he felt like Biggie knew more. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That Biggie should have you know what I'm saying, gave him more of a heads up type shit. And so I think that's where that rift started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That whole thing between him and Biggie. But then I feel like the people who actually set him up to be shot and all that, those are like separate characters. You know what I'm saying? Those other characters that Pac had around him. Shady
okay.
individuals.
So are you speaking in reference to Haitian Jack?
Absolutely. Right.
Okay.
Names like that, Haitian Jack, and those like I said, suspect individuals that were around Pac, and they didn't mean him well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So let me ask you this, and understanding, partially now that you're old enough to understand who your brother was, do you feel like Tupac at that particular time was in over his head and the people that he was choosing to deal with at that time, being that he was already somewhat successful on his own? Do you feel like he needed to be involved with those individuals?
No, he had the wrong people around him. You know what I'm saying? I always said, like, it's over the years I've struggled, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I don't even like even talking about it because the pain is still real,
Right.
But I always said that honestly, I get a little mad at Pac sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because he had the wrong people around him. You know what I'm saying? He was too trustworthy,
Right.
And that speaks to who Pac was as a person. You know what I'm saying? His character, I feel like Pac was loyal by default. You know what I'm saying? If he rocked with you, he rocked with you to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And long story short, he had the wrong people around him. People that didn't mean him well. You know what I'm saying? People that didn't have his best interests at heart type shit.
Right.
There's a lot of shit that went down. There's a lot of fuck shit that went down. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Guns being left in the hotel room, and sexual assault cases that bogus shouldn't even been, you know what I'm saying, on him. Like, there's a lot of, there's a lot of bullshit that went down.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, the Art of Dialogue just the other day, just to go, he did an interview with the young lady DELRAY Smith, and she actually even spoke on how they had found a tape with her and Tupac actually on it in regards to them being in relations, right? And the police yeah. And the police actually, you didn't hear that? Yeah. And the police actually tried to use that tape to him Pac up too. And they basically told her to go into hiding. And I think she did that because she was not only just one of those people who was dealing with Pac on a level like that, personal level like that, but I feel like she was one of the people that he actually trusted. And she was one of those girls that, you know, that would be there for you no matter what was going on, how many other girls you might have or whatever. And she understood the situation she was in. So it's funny that you say that in regards to that. And so let me go there because that was around about the same time, if you will. So what do you think? Do you think that because a lot of people have said that in regards to the situation with the young lady in New York, Ayana, I believe her name is, do you think that that was a setup, or do you think that that was something? Because a lot of people feel like Pac was set up based on the situation that happened in Atlanta with the off-duty police officers. Somehow, some way, they were basically out to get him. And like a lot of people say, well, Haitian Jack, you know, set that up. I personally, I don't really know what to think about that, but I think that's way too intricate. So what are your thoughts in regards to that situation?
Yeah, I've heard those same kind of stories, like set up and this. Yeah, I'm not so sure if like the whole thing was orchestrated to set him up. I get it. The cops were on Pac's heels, you know what I'm saying? Because Absolutely. Of course they didn't like what went down in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? He got a lot of notoriety for that.
Right.
And at the end of the day, he turned out to be right in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So it looked bad on the cops. So of course they didn't like him at this point. But do I think it was a setup? No, I just think it was circumstances. I think again, Pac had the wrong people surrounding him. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of fuck niggas surrounding him. And I don't want to bash the woman who was, you know, alleged to have been assaulted, Ayana Jackson, I believe her name is.
Yes.
I don't want to discredit what she says. I've watched the interview of her.
Right. Is that on Vlad? Is that on Vlad?
I believe so. Right.
Okay.
A couple of years back, right? I think. And I'm put it like this. I believe something happened to her.
Right. Absolutely. Okay.
Understand? But I don't think it was by the hands of Pac by any means.
Okay.
You know? And like Pac said it in his own words, you know what I'm saying? He was the name in that room. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows who Tupac is. Absolutely. So it just naturally just fell on him. You know what I'm saying? And then when you want to throw on the whole cops were after him and that, well, that's why he ultimately got convicted and stuff, because at that point now the cops is after him and now they're trying to just pin anything on him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And so I totally understand where you're coming from, because when you think about the case in itself, you know, what prosecutors usually use as a tactic is they overcharge you. So it might be one thing and they'll stack up the charges hoping they can get you to cop a plea or agree to plea out.
They throw anything to the wall, see what sticks.
Sticks, absolutely. Right. And so in that situation, I seen Tupac in that situation, and I said to myself, you know, which goes into like, I'm feeling your spirit right now, and Mr. Garland, your father's spirit, and just where that comes from, right? That fighter, that thing, right? That Tupac had in him, you know, just genetically, you know, that, you know, some things are just innate for you. And so when it happened, you know, they were basically trying to get Tupac to plea out, but he wouldn't plea out. And he fought it and he walked it and he went to jail. And the most ironic thing was, he said he made a statement. He said, I hope one day that the truth will come out, because he knew for himself that it was a lie. So
right. He knew in his heart. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Let's be real. I mean, Pac was Pac. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he wasn't all eyes on me, Machiavelli Pac yet, but he was still juice and poetic justice.
Absolutely.
Pac, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, I just feel like you know, he didn't have to. Why would he have to? He had so many women, you know. It's
Absolutely.
like,
And as a
so,
matter, like I
you
say,
know,
we go back to the young lady DELRAY. You know what I mean? And other women that she knew that Tupac was dating. But once again, she said that even if confronted with the tape, she would never turn on him. She would never go that route. And like I said, so, you know, it just goes to speak towards what you're saying, as well as to what the evidence has showed at that particular time. Will Garland Jr. in the house, in the building, hip hop, Monica name, 5 Faces. Look out for him. It's your boy DELRAY. Yeah, straight gang.